my bad. Sorry. I'm on a delay here. Shut up.
You and me both.
There we go. Okay. That was
Thank
awesome.
you for the yingling. That's very nice.
I know. It is good stuff. It is good. Okay, so, got another one? Got another one?
Oh, we got a bunch more, yeah.
Okay, cool.
This is that's a big classic favorite of mine. Jim was not born yet when this song came out. So, were you?
I don't know.
Was it one I wrote?
When was?
It was one I wrote, obviously, because I was.
born.
So anyway, yeah, here we go. We're ready to have a little bad time. I'm in love with a girl that I'm talking about. I'm in love with a girl I can't live without. I'm in love, but it's sure picked a bad time to be in love.
Song. That's an awesome song.
That's
yes.
one of those tracks. It's like this Grand Funk Railroad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So, what would you like to do now?
I don't know. How about some Jan and Dean?
You say Grenadine?
Yes, yes.
No,
Jan and Dean. Yeah. My little 409.
Yeah, it's trouble. I tell you, when people request stuff and you're like, do you guys play Def Leppard? Well,
No,
one, two, three. Yeah, no.
Sure.
We even tried it in a 4-piece with me fronting it, just doing vocals, and it was so thin because of the production.
Right.
They're like, can you pour some sugar on me? What are you awing about? He does that to me.
It's okay. He can awe.
We can
a version of that, just like we piece together something.
do a simplified, stripped down version of Pour Some Sugar on Me. Sure, I mean somebody's done it.
Do it. Go ahead.
But I mean, you know,
Yeah.
you gotta know that. So I mean, you gotta know the song. That's what's always tough. You know how it is, Melissa.
Oh, sure.
She does.
And you've seen it a million times, I'm sure.
I've
People
seen
at
it,
stage. And they're like, can you do this? And they're like, no, we don't.
Well, you know what, and you know what, I have seen many musicians, and Jerry Boschert is guilty of this, and I'm calling him out on it because people ask for a certain song. You sure I'm going to play it? And he goes right into something else. You know, so.
Damn.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Well,
It is. He's like, yes, I know that one, and he goes right into something else. You know what? It's all fun.
Play the first note of that song and then go into something else. Like, psych.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Right.
It's all good though.
So it's tough. It's always tough when somebody's like that. But then there's those crazy, amazing moments where somebody goes, hey, could you play? And I'm like, abso-frickin-lutely.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't know this, but it's next on my set list. I've had that happen before.
Right.
We had a woman ask about a tune, one of the other gigs that we did with the other band, and I'm like, sure, we just pulled it from the fourth set, put it in the first set, whatever, you know.
Very cool. As long as it's not Brown Eyed Girl, Mustang Sally, or Freebird, you're good. Pick anything else.
Or Sweet Melissa.
Now, what if they really kick ass on Mustang Sally?
When I used to book bands, I told all of them, if those two songs are on your list, I'm not booking you. I got so sick of those two songs, Mustang Sally and Brown Eyed Girl. I know, I'm such a bitch. That's all right.
What about a ska version of Mustang Sally?
Well, that's different. Do a ska version. Let's hear that. Yeah. we need Jason Nelson for that. He's all about the ska.
We'll get Gwen Stefani in here and just do some.
Sure.
She'd sell it.
She would.
All I know is that I had to sit in with a band and do that song years ago, and I thought I've never done it before, and I had to play it and sing it, and I listened to the original, and I said, I am too white. I can't do it.
That sounds pretty racial. What the hell? Really? You're
Why?
too white?
Why is that racial?
Why would you be too white? What the
Because I
hell?
wasn't steeped in the gospel and the way that he sings that song, so I'd have been very racially motivated if I'd have faked it, right? You know, there's nothing worse
Well,
than a
at least you're-
faker coming off and going, yeah.
At least you admit, like, you just, you know, when you know you can't do something
Right.
to the fullest extent,
Right.
you want to put 100% in there.
Exactly.
That's okay.
The good Lord gave me soul, but he just didn't give me that much soul.
Right.
And I'm like, you know, so then I watched The Commitments. You ever seen The Commitments?
Yes.
And there's a pale Irishman up there singing that song and giving it plenty of his soul and his feel. And I'm like, I can do that.
Right.
So that was perfect. He like took that Wilson Pickett feel and did it his way. And that was more like the way I would feel like I wasn't faking it.
Right.
I just don't like to do it. I don't like to do that.
Yeah, you don't have to do that.
Unless I can do it, you know.
Right.
Guy can get really soulful, right?
He's very versatile. Well, he is bionic, and he's just always been that guy. He can sing any song. I don't know if there's a song he doesn't know, honestly. And if he doesn't know it, guess what? He'll learn it and he'll know it, and it'll be all good, and he'll put his spin on it, and we'll all love it because it's Guy.
Yeah, right.
I mean, because he can do that.
Yeah, and he told me that years ago. He's always like, don't try to emulate too many people because you can ruin your voice doing that. And that was even back when I wasn't singing correctly, more like I am today. But yeah, he's like, don't emulate too much. But still, I can't help it. I'm still a little Rich Little when I get behind the mic.
Oh well,
You know.
you know who Blackie Starks is, right?
Who?
Blackie Starks.
Yeah.
So there's a band, he's got a song he threw in his band, it's one of Britney Spears' songs.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, and he put his spin on it, and he does, he's classified as heavy metal, and when he sang that song, I mean, it's like, that's the best freaking version I've heard.
Absolutely.
And I love Britney, I mean,
Right.
kudos to Britney, but I mean,
Absolutely.
he put his spin on it and made it his song, and it's amazing. Very cool.
Have you heard Steel Panther doing?
Yes.
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 I mean, that's
I've heard Steel Panther do everything. They're great. They're great.
So what got you into Steel Panther?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Okay. Did you get it at first?
Oh yeah.
Melissa, do you listen to Steel Panther?
They're they do a parody.
Yes.
They're amazing. But they take every song and put their spin on it and make it. It's just like,
And they're
it's
original.
mind blowing. It is mind blowing.
Yeah, it's all originals, but it's very all off of Van Halen,
Right.
Motley Crue. It's all
Yes.
that hair metal genre, right? So the music is great, and it's well played, and the guitar work is amazing. I can't even say the word right now. I'm too dry. But Satch is an amazing guitar player, and it's just a fun band.
Oh my gosh.
But they have a lot of songs. I mean, it's purely inappropriate.
They remind me of the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah, there you go.
Because the Harlem Globetrotters, they're excellent ball players, but they did a parody of all kinds of crazy stuff, and
Yeah.
it was always fun. It was a great show.
Yeah.
And Steel Panther does the same thing, and they're great musicians.
Yeah.
I mean, very,
check them
very versatile. And they'll take a song and whip. I mean, you're laughing your ass off, and you're jamming at the same time because
Yeah.
like, wow, I never thought to do it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know what? That's why songs are out there, to take them and make them your own.
Absolutely.
You know, so.
Absolutely.
But
Because they did Aldo Nova as well, which was pretty close to the original, but you know, they've done some others that are different
Yeah.
from the original. And that's what I talk to these guys about sometimes. I'm like, let's just spin it this way, or let's do a little less on this one. We're going to play you one here in a little bit that's a little less of what it was originally, just because live it's, you know, do you ever do that, Melissa? You like switch things up a little bit for the live because it feels got more energy?
And it's all about like, yeah, live. You
Yeah,
how you feeling then?
right.
I
Is
mean,
it-
you got a big list if you're doing covers.
right,
Yeah, if you feel like playing Little Wing or.
right. But at
yeah,
least something
the
that's going to
mood,
affect the crowd, right? I mean, you got to. When I sat down and we had a business meeting, which is what every band should have, right?
sure,
'Cause
okay.
Then you don't run into, oh, I can't play outside. Wait, we've been practicing for 5 months and you can't play outside. Or I don't want to play there. Really? Because that's our first gig. So we should have talked about this. Hey, you can't make that gig? Well, we all can make it. So we got a buddy who plays drums. We want him to sit in. You cool with that? No, I'm not cool with that. We should have talked about that.
Right.
So, but when we started, I'm like, you know, we want to do some stuff that's kind of cool. Like this next track that we've got lined up is from a band that was the first band that played at Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, called The Thieves. They had an album out. You remember Debbie? You know Debbie Campisi?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So she gave me this record back in, I think it was '89 when it came out. Seduced by Money is the name of the album, and it's a band called The Thieves. And they have, the whole album is great. And it's, you know, I pulled a couple songs from it for us. I'm like, and here's the first one that we'll do. And we've had a lot of people compliment us on it. And I'm like, right, these are songs that you deserve to hear. You're like, I really like that one. I don't even know what that is. And I said, I know, right?
That's
I'm glad you
great.
like it.
That's
yeah, you want
awesome.
to play the songs that not everybody else is playing, but they're
Exactly.
so recognizable.
Right.
Or, yeah,
The deep
because
cuts.
they're in
You
the
wanna-
same-
Or it makes you question, oh, who is that?
Yeah,
And
no,
then
go to
there's
the
that
deep cuts.
conversation.
Yeah, because it's something that excites them as well. That's what I try to do. I'm pulling tracks that I suggest to these guys. I'm like, I get all this music in my head, and like Marseille, it's a Keishi classic, but not everybody knows it.
Right.
I didn't know it.
He didn't know it. There, see,
So,
you knew it, didn't you? Yeah.
so what do you?
I like when
is
he
it-
does the eyes. He just.
Are you doing that song now?
We can do it. Yeah,
That'd be
song
great.
called. But do you have any black lipstick? Can you put it on?
I don't have any black lipstick. You should have told me. I would have brought
You're
that.
right. That is
All
my
I have-
fault.
That's
That
it.
is-
I wasn't in the band meeting.
So there's going to be this one night, like after we've been playing for a year, and I'm going to need you to have some black lipstick.
Okay. Play your song.
All right, here we go. She'll give you so much more than what you asked her for. Her skin is oh so white. She only comes out at night. On a brochure, when all else fails, get a girl with black lipstick. Jet black lipstick. Black lipstick. Jet black lipstick. Maybe next year she'll smile. This year it's not in style.
guys should wear jet black lipstick. Say that 3 times fast.
Just to say it.
He liked that idea.
Yes. He does.
Graham, yeah. So,
I'll do it, yeah.
yeah? Okay. I got the kilt, you got the lipstick. What are you doing there, cowboy?
He doesn't have to do anything. He's the drummer, man.
As usual, I'm ignoring you. That's what I'm doing.
That's all good. So do you like those drums better than a regular kit, or no? What,
No, he
then?
likes a lot
What?
of thunder. You can tell her, I don't.
So why didn't you bring your thunder?
I didn't know what kind of space I had.
Oh,
Space
wow.
and time.
I think
Yeah,
that actually
I
works out
understand.
really good. I think the sound is perfect. It's not too over.
Good.
Very-
Yeah, no, you're it's still good. It's still good. We've had overbearing. It's all good. It's all good. At least we don't have the neighbors screaming at us. Turn it down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which neighbors? Where?
Exactly.
Oh.
We ran all off.
Yeah, bada bing. Ah, bada bing.
You rim shots.
There's no.
I don't do rim shots. No, but he will give me a what? I love when he gives me those laughs back there.
That's okay.
So, yeah. So, anything else? We can play another one. We got a big Casey classic we can play.
We'll go right ahead. Play away.
I think you know this one.
What is it?
What do you want to play?
Oh, is that Nicole?
Let's ask the drummer what he wants to play. What do you
He's
want
the
to
one that
play?
sent me the list.
It's your
I
list.
don't have the list.
He doesn't have a
Yeah,
list.
see.
Oh my goodness.
See?
He
Well,
wasn't-
let me ask you a question. So that we can just put this out there for all the bands here in town, you know, and in the region.
Right.
So how have you ever dealt with set lists over the years? Is this band that you're in now the first band, or how many bands
This
have you
band
been?
that I'm in now is an original band.
You do all originals?
Before, I spent a decade in one band that was covers.
Okay.
And then we sneak in maybe an original here and there.
Mhm.
But
Which is what we'll do eventually.
we had a set list, yeah. But at any moment in a
It's-
show,
it's
it
gonna
could
change.
Oh, okay.
So yes, it's right for the drummer to be like, what? Because you could call off, yeah.
Okay.
Anything.
Yeah, that's a good. I get
You got
that.
your code words up
That's a
there.
good
You
call.
know what you're talking
Right.
about.
That's a good call. I used to
Exactly.
have it. Go
I'll
ahead.
catch up to the intro within about 30 seconds.
Exactly. That's why you're the last to know. That's
As long
okay.
as he's not the intro.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
I had to try that one time.
You should.
you had
Go-
to try
go
it one
ahead.
time.
Hey, guess this one.
You should.
Guess this song.
Have you ever seen the band Cowboy Mouth?
I haven't seen him.
Oh my God, I love
goodness.
these guys.
Yeah,
They're
they,
so flippin'
Well, they have a
amazing.
song called Drummer Man. You need to know.
So here's the thing:
that song.
the
Don't do that.
lead singer is the drummer. So he's out front with his drum kit, and he's the one calling all the shots, shouting out. I mean, they're great. They're just freaking amazing.
As it should be.
So yeah, he's
Don't be shy.
yeah.
Don't be shy, Jim.
So yeah, you gotta check them out. Their show is fun. They're a blast. And
Yeah, I got
Fred is a bomb dig. He's just a sweetheart. But I mean,
He's a bomb dig.
he is the bomb dig. I love that guy.
diggity dig?
Yes, I love Fred. So, but yeah, he's out front, but he always gives props to everybody else in the band. But I mean, he's the main guy. I mean, he does everything. But I mean, he throws everything out there: sticks, T-shirts, whatever. I mean, he's just, and has a lot of audience participation. So their big catchphrase is the name of the band is Cowboy Mouth. Cowboy. I mean, it's like a whole big thing. It's amazing. They're
It's
fun.
interesting, though. My
They're
biggest
fun.
influence was Chicago.
Hmm.
And if you remember back to Chicago Transit Authority,
Yes.
Danny Seraphin sat up front.
Yes. Oh man, I love Chicago. I can't tell you how many 8-tracks I used to have.
Might have to
Yes,
look. I
I'm
might
not
actually
flipping
have-
old.
Well, it is your birthday tomorrow, right?
Yes,
She said
unfortunately.
with her eyes closed.
Unfortunately.
Oh, it's not that bad.
I can't
is
believe
it?
I lived this long.
Why?
Cannot believe. Oh, that's another story. That's another show. That's, yeah. Okay.
Really? Okay, next week. I'll come
Play.
back, and we'll just hang and
Yeah.
talk about it. See you on Monday. I'm off for the summer, so we can do
Are
it.
you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it doesn't excuse me from all the Shatarsky. I've got it.
That's okay. Go ahead, play.
All right. Thank you, Pony. What a great song.
I know, it is a
The
great
other day
song.
I was doing vinyl shopping. Did anybody do vinyl shopping at all?
Of course, are you kidding?
Of course, you go.
yeah. Oh,
Where do you
yeah.
go? Where do you like to go? Let's talk about some of our shops here in town.
Oh, well, of course. We've got CD Warehouse, Walter
Warehouse,
Ray,
yeah.
Joe's Records, Joe Smith.
Yeah, where is that? I just saw that.
It is, I don't have the address, my phone
Okay.
is recording right now, but it is South City,
Is it? Okay.
South County?
I
South
just
County.
saw that one online
South
the
County.
other day.
Yes, it
Okay.
is amazing. You got to go see Joe.
Right.
And then
got
vintage
vintage
vinyl, of
vinyl.
course. And where else? Any
Out in Hawks Nest Plaza is,
what is that? Glad Rags.
well, there's Glad Rags, but then they have their shop 2 doors down on the other side of the bar.
I can't think of what the name of that is. Anyway, it's a resale shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, but any resale shop,
well,
there's
it's just
always
there.
going to be a stack of records somewhere. I always head straight back to the back. I
Record
picked up some
exchange.
78s.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
I've got some. And they have them. they used to make albums back in the day. Like, you remember picture albums where
Yeah.
you took the pictures and you put the little corners on them and stuck them on the pages and you flipped the page.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they have albums like that where they have a big like a sleeve that you can actually put the 78 in there, and then you flip it, and some of them are like either one artist or some are a combination of. And I've
Wow.
got, yes, they're very cool.
So they put some things together that you can buy.
Yes,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, a lot of people don't realize, especially in some of the resale shops, that they don't know what they have. So I go
Oh,
straight
yeah.
to the back and grab, all the albums I can get, that I
Wow.
don't have a copy of already.
Now,
But-
I have a few rock star friends that when you find those albums,
Mm-hmm.
then you're like, I don't want to say I found it at an antique mall, right?
Right, right.
I found it at a collectible shop is usually what I say, right?
Yes.
It doesn't matter. It was bought. Who cares?
Right? Like I got a Keel album,
Yeah.
right? I'm talking to Ron. Hey man, yeah, I got that at a collectible shop.
Right, exactly.
I'm very sad.
Why?
I don't know any rock stars.
You know me.
Look in the mirror, buddy.
Oh,
Look
that's
in
it.
the mirror.
See, that's much
Look in the
nicer than
mirror.
what I said. I was a
Yes.
real prick.
Yes, well,
That's rude.
you're a Viking. That's
Yeah, that's true.
that's your whole thing. That's
It's
your
my
whole
nature
spiel.
To
That's,
come in and pillage your brain.
that's exactly right.
See, there you go. See? But yeah, no, I just went the other day. I'm looking for. Are you looking for anything in particular?
No, I've got so much vinyl that I just go to look to, whatever grabs me, I'm going to take it, so, but
Really? I mean,
yes.
that happens to me too. I mean,
I don't have anything I'm actually looking for because I've got all the stuff that I used to quote unquote look for.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just whatever grabs me. Anything older. I love the 78s and I love the what was the one after that? 78s. There were 45, 78s, and 33 and a
then
half.
there was,
They were actually
anything else?
called 33 and a third.
33 and a third, yeah.
That's what they were called. So yeah, but the 78s are like real thick.
Oh, they are, yeah.
What's wrong with that guy?
Who knows?
And some-
well, when you had to wind up the.
Yeah, the photograph. You weren't in that time frame.
Yes.
Not that you didn't have a grandparent that probably had one. Right?
I believe I did, but
think
I
you
was.
were cranking that little
I was
phonograph.
no.
That was a
no.
plug and play.
Do you think
My-
that means that it started at like 100 and they decided to cut it back by 2/3?
Started at 100 and cut it back by 2/3. I don't know. It's like when Seinfeld talks about maximum strength.
Right.
Find out what will kill me and then just back it off a little bit.
Right, exactly. Right.
Maximum strength. How is that? It's not going to kill you, but it's close.
Right, exactly.
Don't take two. Don't double max yourself. You're screwed. Well, I have what I call the MAVA case going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the mysterious alien vinyl abduction case is what it is.
Mm.
And I don't know what's happened to some of my vinyl over the years. It's just not there anymore. I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't have people over and go, yeah, here, you want to borrow this? You want to check that out?
Well, you want that record back?
Oh yeah, if I could, please, you smart ass.
Is it like the dryer eating one of the socks? Is that what you're trying to tell
I'm
me?
trying to tell you that. But,
Okay.
But the dryer moves.
Do you have a ghost that
Maybe somebody else in the house
either
is like,
likes the
I don't
music or
want to.
doesn't like the music?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a doesn't like the music.
What the?
Because I mean, I don't know why. What would have happened to my 7,800 Degrees Fahrenheit album by Bon Jovi? It just is gone. What happened to my first Cars album? It's just gone.
Might have evaporated.
What? No.
You have any?
7,800
Maybe.
Do you have any ex-girlfriends that could be
No.
possibly listening to this?
Did you piss your wife off?
No. Well, on a daily basis.
There you
but
go.
not
She
for
probably
something
said, "Oh yeah, click."
like-
I'll
No.
teach
She
him.
folded
I'll
it like
take
a
his
burrito.
Bon Jovi album.
She'd
Yeah.
have taken the Bon Jovi and gone, no, I better put that in the bag.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
He's so cute.
Ugh.
But I
Yeah.
got that because I went into, you can see it on YouTube now as well. If you put in Judas Priest, Peoria, 1986,
Mhm.
you can see an interview that was done backstage on the Turbo Tour,
Mhm.
and then I'm in that.
Very cool.
So I turned in my questions for that to be a part of that contest, and then when I got there, I dropped them off, and they go, "Hey, get a record." So they have the shelf, promotional albums.
Sure, sure.
And there was 7,800 Degrees Fahrenheit. I was in love with that song, In and Out of Love,
Mhm.
right? I'm like, yeah, I'll take that. That's awesome. And now it's gone. I don't know where.
You'll have
And then
to-
I went to Half Price books, and they had a copy there, and it was in kind of good condition, but they wanted $20 for it. I'm like, I got it for free. I'm not. And then I look at some of these records and go, I don't know, that could be mine.
Could be. Coulda,
Oh,
woulda,
I like
shoulda.
that. Could be.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Here's an idea. Just download it.
Well, I mean, there is all that.
But I gotta have the vinyl. I want my record back.
Well, I mean, when you're thinking about you're going to listen to your vinyl again,
Right, I
and
know.
you're like, well, you know, that Joe Jackson was missing. I bought it. Boomtown Rats was missing, and it's some of the strangest shit. I just don't even know where.
You sure you didn't put it somewhere else? I don't know.
It all
I have no
hangs
idea.
together.
I have.
It's like
I know.
a shrine. You have to keep it all together.
I know. You
So
have
I
to
don't
keep
know.
all the
I
vinyl
don't
together.
know. It's weird.
It
But I
is
still
weird.
have a bunch on the list. The two Yngwie Malmsteen, first two Yngwie Malmsteen albums. Well, don't know. It's weird.
It is weird.
Anyway.
Your house must be possessed. It's prior Vikings. It's the Vikings before you that are coming back out.
Is that what it
saying,
is?
Yes.
My brother once told me, he says, hold off on the Viking thing. I said, just look at me, dude. I mean, come on.
Right.
I know it didn't come out in you so much, but I
Right.
don't know. He acted like an ass when I was a kid. So. Older brothers.
So you want to do another song? You
Yeah,
want to
we-
sit and talk? What do you want to do?
What do you want us to do? You want us to do one more?
Do one more and then we'll have a little chat.
Okay, cool.
Because your drummer needs a nap anyway, it looks like. You need a nap? Are you good?
He is going out. He's going away on vacation tomorrow.
Vacation? Where are you going?
Anywhere away from me.
Big Cedar,
Big Cedar.
south of Branson.
Very cool. Yes, I know where Big
I was
Cedar
going
is.
to make a boy joke, but I won't.
Oh, you will. Go ahead, say it. You have to.
No.
You do not shut your mouth.
Is that what you call it now?
What, you don't shut your
Big
mouth?
Cedar?
Oh,
Does
my
that mean your wife's
goodness.
making the trip?
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, this is something else.
Here you go.
This is another track that I bumped into, so I hope you like it.
You hear the crickets?
That's just what it sounds like.
Yeah, right. I understand.
You ever have those gigs where it's like, Ben's in one of those gigs where it's like they get done with the song, you're like, BAM!
Yes,
Nothing.
it's okay.
You're like, thank you very much.
Yes. Try the veal. Thank you very much. We're here all night. Try the veal. Go ahead.
I call it library night. I said, is it library night tonight? I just was wondering.
It is.
I said, feel free. You can yell and get very loud in here if you'd like. Nobody's going to be mad. All right, here we go. little something by the Wildfeathers. She opened up the bouquet, threw it want to
Awesome.
play something, or do you want to?
Do I want to play something?
Sit down, or do you want
I was about to say that. Can I? It's the Viking show. Here, you can have it.
Thanks for noticing.
Hey, I know, right? STL Roar, we got Edge of Blue in the house. We're going to take a quick break. We will see you in a few. Let's listen to a little Conquest. Because, yes, we love those guys.
Absolutely.
Yes. Boom.
Another song or?
Yeah, I was thinking we could. You okay?
136. Bob's record.
that tried to take my life. Put a gun into my face, I remember still. I'm looking back up break away the storm. So put a gun into my face. I remember well, looking back up on the day I tasted cold blue steel. But I knew that I was too far from my home, and I did not want to bleed out all alone. Hey, I was alone. I got caught in a fire, to whom it may concern. I was caught in a fire, and the afterburn's. Yeah, yeah. Now I stand beside your rock, so smooth and so cold. A picture of a lonely life that walked a weary road. Put a gun into my face. I remember still. I'm looking back up on the day I tasted cold blue steel. But I knew that I was too far from my home, and I did not want to bleed out all alone. Hey, I was alone. I got caught in a fire, to whom it may concern. I was caught in a fire, and now the afterburn's. Yeah, yeah. Don't leave me to bleed here. I don't wanna be alone. Don't leave me to bleed here. I don't wanna be alone. Don't leave me to bleed here. I don't wanna be alone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Episode 136, STL Roar, mycitymymusic.com. We're talking about cats bouncing down the stairs and cartoons and all kinds of stuff. But we've got Edge of Blue in the house. Woo!
Thank you.
And the only bass player in St. Louis, Mr. Craig Moreland, just walked in, so we got to give him a round because he's so cool. And of course, Tweezy and Mel, the two, right here. That's them. Yes. Thank you guys so much for being here. And now we're going to talk about where you're playing this weekend, right?
Yeah, not this weekend, but I mean, we can talk about our dates that we got coming up.
Okay.
We just got done with a gig out at Fenton Bar and Grill. That was a lot of fun. We did a couple of Thursday nights out there. We did one last month, and then this past Thursday we did. Our next gig we have coming up is down there at the Cosmic Lounge.
Right. That's a very cool venue.
It is
Very
really
cool venue.
It is cool. So we really enjoyed doing their open jam night with the guys, and had a blast there. And they
Doesn't Roy Fry do that one? He does the
Yeah.
open jam down
Absolutely.
there. Yeah, it's very cool.
They
I heard
were
it was-
all really, really cool.
Yeah.
I just, it's great when you go to Charlac with the open jams. I enjoyed doing them out there at the Diamond Music Hall for a long time, and I just love it. It's a great community thing when people get together and just hang out and
Right.
And they were so welcoming. I mean, I'm just saying this is one of my most recent open jam nights, and and they were all just so really cool. They're like, oh yeah, the guys who run it are right there if you want to go talk to them.
Right. Exactly.
I'm like, cool. So
Right.
we chatted it up and did it. We had a lot of fun there.
You weren't sure what to do about the kilt.
Did he wear the? You wore the kilt?
I always wear the kilt.
Well, there you go. Well, it wasn't
Got it
kilt.
on now.
Apparently, it wasn't kilt night.
I killed it.
Yeah, and he killed it. Yeah, it's
Every
okay.
night.
It's all good. Okay, so,
So
and
then,
you are. So you're going to do the Cosmic Lounge.
So we're doing Cosmic Lounge on June 23rd, and then we're going to do the St. Charles Music House. We're back there July 7th. We got Parrots on August 4th. And then we're out at Corey's Twin Gables on August 19th.
That's a very cool venue too.
It is. It is. It's a little ways to drive. but-
It's totally worth it, especially if you're on a bike. So everybody ride your
Yeah.
bike, carry your drums, do that. Totally worth it. The scenery is amazing.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, that's in my top, driving out there was my top, this is a Timmy moment. One of my top 3 or at least the top 4 times I had to go to the bathroom. You ever had to pee so bad? And you remember when it was and what you were doing?
Okay.
Give me one.
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
I can't remember.
Really?
I can remember song lyrics from when I was 5, but I can't remember the last time I went
I
to the
can't remember song lyrics, but I
Oh,
can
I
remember
can-
the top 3 times I had to pee.
Yeah, no, I don't.
And I ended up peeing outside of City Hall, I think, in Peoria.
Oh, okay. Well,
I was out hanging out with a friend and I really had to go.
awesome. I can sleep now. Thank you.
I love that answer. That's
Here we
always
go.
my
All
favorite.
right, good.
Yeah,
Yes. Did
Yeah.
you get any on you?
Good
Is
story.
everything come out okay?
No, hell
At least you got a kilt. You
Jeez,
just
I know.
kinda,
You didn't kilt?
no. I didn't have a kilt that night. But
would've
yeah,
been
the
a lot
other time
easier.
was after I left the Guinness Brewery in Ireland. And then we had a 2-hour, I drank 2 pints, and then we had a 2-hour drive before we got to a bathroom. And
But
I
that's
just sat there,
Ireland.
I'm like,
right.
But that's the way it is in Ireland. That's the way it is in Ireland. It's a whole different world.
well, and we were on a tour.
Well,
thing, so
the
they
Boyers
had a
have been there.
specific
Yeah.
spot.
Well, the Boyers have been there many, many times, and they have excellent pictures, and they just have a blast every time they go. So
It's worth it.
It is. Yeah, I heard it was amazing.
If you can get over there, just do it. But they say they have people visit all the time, and they're just like, oh yeah, Ireland, I'd love to live there, and they're like, yeah, just remember on Monday morning you still got to get up and have a job,
Right.
right? So all of this wonderment will go away,
Right.
when you go, yeah, I got to get a freaking job.
Exactly.
Apparently, there aren't very many bathrooms either.
Apparently not.
At least not for the tour. The worst part was though, there was a woman that really had to go, and she hustled her ass off the bus. I'm like, excuse me, go, yeah, please go. She gets off the bus, and the guy driving the bus goes, oh, excuse me. And she's like, what? And he goes, oh, nothing. And she's like, oh, and she runs in to leave a pee. So anyway, no, I was drinking a lot of water that day because I had to sing all night. And so then I thought I was fine. I took a pee before I left. No, I got about 3/4 of the way out there, and my bladder's like, hello.
I hate it when that happens.
And then I get there, and the bathroom is out of order. Thanks.
Okay, so let's introduce your band while we're done talking about pee now.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Are we done
they
talking
weren't.
about pee?
I am. I'm pretty good. Anybody else? Questions?
done.
Yeah, we're not answering.
Well, I got Graham Day on guitar.
Yes.
Hello.
Graham came to us through a friend of mine. They were out partying, and she gave me a call and said, I got a friend whose husband plays guitar.
Awesome.
So we got together, and he was stupendous. Straight off the bat, and we tell him all the time that, it's neat when you get together with people that just, they bring that energy and something that you're looking for, and you didn't even say anything.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, and he's got a cool shirt, the Boo Radleys. Come on.
Hell yeah.
I love the Boo Radleys. Are you kidding me? That's freaking amazing. We got to give them, yes. Graham, you rock this shirt.
I saw you guys at Reds. That was pretty cool.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, we played down there at Reds. We've,
Had a different setup. It was kind of weird having to see the drums against the window like that. So hey, whatever works.
That's a perfect segue. This is Jim Bodart, our drummer.
Yes.
And vocalist. He does vocals as well. Yeah, it's really neat when Jim does that. He's like, hey, how about if I set up over here or I do it this way? I said, one of these times, as we were talking about earlier, we're like, set up right in the middle.
Yes.
You know, and we'll flank you.
Exactly.
You know, there's just those nights
I
where,
like to do that at Cosmic. You have a riser.
They have a riser.
yeah, that's right.
Very cool. That's
Mhm.
awesome. Parrots has a riser too. They put the riser back. We took it down and they put it back.
Oh.
Well, it's actually Mark Crowell and I. We put it in next to the stage to make the stage bigger.
Yeah.
Because of everybody was the jam session and the bands that were playing, but then they decided to put it back up there, so the riser's back up on the stage, and
We move it.
yeah, that's whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do.
I don't have any arms for the rest of the night.
So what are we gonna do when we play there?
Whatever you want.
Yeah, we'll probably move down.
Oh, okay.
Wheels. Roll
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Watch this.
So, are you doing your originals? Or are you doing a mixture? What are you doing? All covers?
No, we do
or
all
where are you
covers
at?
right now, but I worked with a friend of mine years ago in a band called Rockman, and we worked on originals mostly that he had. So I would like to bring, but I altered some things in them, so I worked on them a little bit, and then so I'd like to bring some of those in, and I've talked with Graham about, does he have some original stuff? So he's got some riffs and things that we're going to be going through and checking out.
Cool.
And yeah, the other thing about the band too is that we don't play out a lot because I do other things and these guys have other bands that they do, and sometimes I sit in with a band that he does, and so I just want it to stay fun, and I don't want to get burnt out, and I don't want people to get burnt out on the band. I mean,
Right.
you know.
So, what other bands are you in?
Stray Bullet.
Of course. Good old Guy. We got to give a shout out to Mr. Guy because he's the bomb dick.
Yeah, if it wasn't for his guidance, I definitely would not be here right now.
Yeah, he sent me a message last week that he was going to play again. Of course, he's never going to stop playing,
I know, but I will not say anything.
and because you can't, you've got to let him keep playing. You just have to help him accommodate to play. That's
Okay.
it.
I'll take your
You
word.
know, the last time I saw him play was for the Celebration of Life with Michael Tosto, and I made him sit down.
Yeah.
I made him. I said, "Here's your still sit. You have
Yeah.
to sit because Leslie had just left, and yeah, so you just have to. He has to last longer. You have to make him because he cannot stand up as long as he thinks he can, and play,
Oh, I know. I know.
and it's okay.
I know.
Everybody, we don't care. We just want to hear him. So you keep playing as long as you can and do what you got to do.
Yeah.
So.
I just think that here's not probably the place to talk about it
That's okay.
because he's not here.
Right. That's okay.
But I've told him, I really would love for him to take a little time.
He takes
then-
a
so
and
that
he
he
takes
can-
a little time when they
so
tell
then-
him he can't play, and then he comes back at it. So,
Yeah.
and that's his routine.
Yep.
Can't fault him
I
for
worry
that.
about him. He's my buddy. He's been my brother for we've known each other now over 30 years. Because my son's just past 30, and he was just about to be born when we met.
Very cool.
So we lived across the street from each other, and that started a big friendship. So, and I didn't play at the time. So then when I started playing in 2000, right around in there, so then he asked me if I wanted to be in a band.
Very cool.
So it was, and I remember being on the rehearsal stage with Keel when they had their reunion thing years ago, and I'm up there singing Grand Funk, and I called him afterwards, and I'm like, dude, I just want to thank you for your guidance and for having me in a band and, working me through that song. I just got to sing it with Ron Keel on the rehearsal stage. So, I'm very thankful. I'm a very appreciative person.
Now, do your kids play?
Well, my son plays percussion and has played drums. He can play drums. And my daughter, who's her friend, who they were at the gig at the Music House, St. Charles Music House. She Morgan's a hoot. She's like, "We're playing with your dad," and I'm like, "Okay." well, we can do that. We can work out, you know, finally, they both play sax. So I was like, we could probably finally do Turn the Page. We could do some Jerry Rafferty or, you know, a million things that have.
Yeah,
How about
definitely.
The Heat is on. Yes.
The heat is on.
The Heat is
Somebody in
on.
the cruises.
Yes.
We
Very
could do Careless Whisper, you know, something like that. Something where they could do. I'm all about that. I'm all about musicians working together. Craig and I have worked together at the open jams. You know, that's part of our business meeting when we start.
Sure.
It's, hey, if such and such shows up, you know, like we opened up with Marseille tonight. You know our good friend Doc, Steve Doc Radin. And when I went down, one of the first times I ever went to his bar, his first one, Silver Ballroom. You know, he always wanted to have punk music. That's it and that's what he's got. But it played Marseille,
Right.
and I go, dude, I love that damn song. And I said, I've always wanted to play it live. And he goes, oh man, if you do that, he goes, I would love to come out and play that with you sometime. I go, I would love that. So that's part of our meeting where I'm like, you know, if such and such shows up, is it cool if they play on this or something, you know?
Definitely.
So, but I love working together, and I hope that can happen with some bands. Am I a little hot?
No, it's
Okay.
Jason Slade. He said good stuff. Let's see, Rick Chambers is watching, and Steve Schindler. You guys
Cool.
know you guys know Steve, right, from back in the day.
Yeah.
He's got a badass studio in St. Peter's, and he has a show that he does also. So if you ever need any recording help or anything, he's got everything. He's got 2 sets of drums, electric and not. So yeah,
Nice.
it's amazing. But yeah, he records and he's a bass player, so he's got all kinds of basses, but he's got every instrument. And he's got the coolest microphone collection from way back when.
Really?
Yes, it's very cool. He's got a very cool studio in St. Peter's.
So you have one like down in Sun Studios.
Sun
where
Studios,
You get up there and look like Elvis.
How about the Bob
Yes.
Barker one or something?
What?
The Bob Barker microphone
Oh, yeah,
or
He's got all
or
of
the
them.
Gene Rayburn one, you know, that's
the
real
Gene
skinny.
Rayburn, yeah.
He's got all of them. He's amazing. You got to check it out. But yeah, he's in St. Peter's.
That
and,
would be
I give him a
fun.
shout out. So. And Rick Chambers, his band is Escaped. You know Rick?
Not that Rick,
Rick Chambers.
seems like I do, but
You probably do. You probably don't if you saw him.
there's a lot of people, you know, that I've met over the years, and then I'm like, oh,
Yeah, I know your name.
right. So when you say the name, I'm like,
6 rooms. 6 rooms, Steve? 6 rooms in your studio? It's amazing. You got to see it. You got to see it to believe it. I mean, it's
and
just.
where is it? You said it's out in St. Charles.
It's in St. Peter's.
St. Peter's, yeah, okay.
Shoot the address up here, Steve.
Yeah. Yeah.
He will.
That's like down here, the studios they have down here at the brewery. It's pretty wild. I got a buddy of mine works in a wood shop, and above there's all these studios, so you hear people thrashing about all
Very
the time.
cool. Very cool. That's
down
awesome.
there. So yeah. You guys want to say anything about how bad I am to work with, or?
We already know you're a pain in the ass and you don't shut up, and that's okay.
I
Right?
just throw this in, that I wouldn't know Stuart if it wasn't for him.
Right.
Right.
He was playing, the 2 of them were playing in a band. Asked me to join Yeti Lee and took off from there.
Yeah, we went through some drummers in that band. Well, Joe, do you know guy's son Joe? Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, he was our original drummer in that, or was their original drummer. And then speaking of small spaces, we were talking about small rehearsal spaces. Guy had one, and they practiced in a bedroom at his old house, and it was dinky, like really dinky, like 10 by 10, and they had four people in the band.
Wow.
And so
That's bigger than the space I'm moving out of.
is that right? Would you just sit on each other and practice? Okay, you had to like figure out where the
I thought you were
guitar
working at
decks
that
were.
studio. You're not there anymore?
I'm moving out.
What?
I'm moving out.
You're moving out of that studio?
That's a whole other song.
That's a good room.
That is.
But I told him, I said, if you ever have any issues, you know you can come over. You know I've got the practice space. So sure enough, I mean, literally like a couple weeks later, he gave me a call. He goes, our air conditioning's out. Can we come over and practice? Sure. So they came over and they were doing Hardline. They were doing their version of Hot Cherie. I love that song. So I couldn't help it. I popped up and started doing background vocals. And John looked at me and he goes, do you want to join the band? I go, you got to talk about that because I'm just going to be singing.
Right.
So
Very cool.
I don't need to be breaking your paycheck down to be a vocalist. So
Exactly.
when you got Guy and Joe,
Right. You can't touch that.
I mean, yeah, that's
Can't.
very good.
You cannot
Can't
touch
touch
that.
it.
No. So what other bands are you in?
Right now, Bourbon Jury, another cover band. We have a gig this Friday at the Clubhouse in Afton.
No, very cool. Who's in that band with you?
Ashley Casey's the lead singer, and Brian Goldberg, Mark Grable, Jim Martin, all longtime friends and colleagues, former colleagues of mine.
Very cool.
So yeah, and I still consider myself a member of Aquitaine, original band. We've been on hiatus now for like a few years though, so
Very
I'm
cool.
not sure if I can still claim it. But I like to.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
anytime you got the original stuff, you like to hold on to that.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, you need to throw up more of your originals. We need originals to make covers. Chicken egg, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's nothing wrong with redoing other covers like we were talking about earlier,
Yeah.
which is very cool.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
what would be the most obscure song that you would want to remake? Like Blackie took that Britney Spears song. What about something like from the Partridge Family, or
Oh, I've always wanted to do I Think I Love You.
why not? It's a
I
cool
love
song.
that song.
It's a great song.
I always make fun of it though
Or
because
the Osmonds, or any of those.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Or
well,
Bobby Goldsboro.
well,
What about Bubblegum Embraces? That was my favorite song.
I want to redo the Cheater
Yeah, it was a
by
great
Bob
song.
Cuban.
Yeah.
That was a great song.
For you, we'll look into it.
Yeah, okay.
But you know who did do a great cover, and I think we're going to use it, is of the Osmonds, is Black Star Riders. Have you ever heard them? Black Star Riders was born out of Thin Lizzy because they were still playing around, and then shit, I can't say his name. Anyway, the gentleman joined the band and they were writing new music. And they were like, they had so much new music that they're like, well, let's not call this Thin Lizzy anymore. So they call it Black Star Riders. And it's wonderful music. And they covered Crazy Horses. So when you hear the original, you're like, how are we going to spin that? Because that's really got a real funky edge to it. It's just the recording of it, it sounds really cheesy. But Black Star Riders did it, and I'm like, we can do that.
Right.
Like Jim and I were talking about. Ever since I saw Pharrell Weber do "Every Picture Tells a Story,"
Oh my God! Amazing.
right?
Holy, his
Ever s-
voice is nobody can touch his voice.
No,
I
saw
can't
him-
stand that he's not playing out anymore. But God,
Right.
his voice was amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And he was at the Rock House doing a gig, and I saw him do that there, and I'm like, no. I think I saw him at Charlotte doing that song. No matter what, I saw him doing it, and it was really, really cool. And I'm like, shit, I really want to do that song. And then I remembered recently that the Georgia Satellites did that. They covered that on that first record.
Really.
Yeah, so I'm like, now there's a version that we don't have to, because he had that great female background singer on the original, and he's got that little moment where he makes a mistake.
Right.
Remember that? Where he's right toward the end, and he goes, and they left it.
It's
Why did
okay.
they leave that?
Well, why not?
I
Why
know,
not?
but it's just strange that they left it.
You
Todd
know.
Rundgren made a mistake in my favorite song of all time, "Hello, It's Me." Right toward the end, he starts doing the other little vocal part that,
Have you seen Todd Rundgren?
yeah.
When he was at the pageant, I mean, after not seeing him for so long, and then he came out with this totally different show. And we're all going, is this Todd Rundgren? I mean, it was a completely different format. He had girls out there. It was more like, I don't know, it was so obscure.
Really?
Yes, it was really obscure. I don't remember which show that was, but it was probably 5 or 6 years before. It was before COVID.
So have you followed Todd Rundgren through his career? So how did you feel when he was doing the Utopia stuff? Was that quite different?
Yes, because I just like Todd Rundgren to do
Okay.
what Todd Rundgren did before. What
Right.
we fell in love with Todd Rundgren doing. You
Right.
know, doing something different that doesn't, I don't know. I guess it was okay. It just didn't sit right with me as far as it didn't fit. It didn't seem like it fit. It
Yeah.
seemed like it was a struggle, or it was like he was trying something, and you got to give him kudos for trying something different.
Well, and at least
But-
he called it something different.
But it was, it just didn't. I don't know. It just didn't. it
Didn't jive with you?
Not really.
Because it was so different.
Yeah,
Not that
yeah.
it was bad. It's just it was so different.
That was just different.
Yeah.
It
Because I
was.
love Adventures in Utopia. I love that album.
Sure.
That's got great songs on it, and they're all, to me, they're all great songs in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't grow up listening to all of Todd Rundgren's
Right.
albums, you know.
I just didn't feel it. I didn't feel like when I first heard him, it was like it just didn't feel like it was him.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of how hard or whatever he did, and good for him for trying. Like I said, doing something different, but it just did not. I don't know.
Well, I could
It
only
just
assume.
didn't have the same feel.
Yeah,
Well, what do you think over here?
I think he should have never left the Naz.
Wow. Okay.
Very good.
Captain stepping back.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. But I mean, but it's kind of the same. It's like, I think taking a step out is one thing, but he went way over here to the left side. I mean, it was just really, it was different.
Like when Neil Young was going to get sued because he did that whole electronic record, Trans.
That was weird.
Oh, hell yeah, it was. You're
It
just
was
like,
weird.
really? What?
What are you doing?
What the hell is this? And that's what the record company was saying. But there again,
Right.
The restless spirit.
you got to do what you got to do, right?
I mean, everybody's got their thing, you got to take a chance and see what happens, If nobody took a chance, we would not hear from Queen. We wouldn't heard from, the critics panned Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I mean, they panned everything he did just about, but it was like, it didn't matter. He threw it out there and it was amazing. Everything he touched, I mean, everything he sang was just, it was
Think
awesome.
about the simplicity of We Will Rock You.
Yes, I know,
Who would have ever thought to do that? So,
exactly.
That's another song we're going to be doing.
So it was just he was just awesome. And then Prince is another one. People thought people have no idea. He played over, I think I put this out on Facebook, over 35 instruments he could play, and all the songs he wrote and all the people he put out there and all the people he got their career started. I mean, he did so much behind the scenes people didn't realize. He was definitely the evil genius. But I mean, he was right. He was always right. It was amazing. And that whole thing with him changing his name was, it was one of these to the band is all
Well,
that was.
right, and I wish we would know that at the
And
time, right?
Well, I mean, we did, but we didn't get all of
didn't
it
know
because
that.
it was so clouded with everybody's opinions and he's just being crazy and he's just being weird. No,
good.
there's a reason.
Very
He's a
good.
very smart guy. There's a reason he did this, and it wasn't just to,
To be pretentious.
To be
That's
dumb.
What it seemed.
Yeah.
That's what it seemed to us.
but
because
it
we
wasn't.
didn't
I was
know
like,
the backstory.
there's a
At the
reason.
time, it did kind of seem that way, but
Yeah.
then afterwards, it's like,
Well, wait.
that's kind of cool. All right,
it's
I get
I
it.
get it. I
And
get
and
it.
just like you, it's
Yeah.
that middle finger. Like,
I mean, but that's not what he was saying. He was just, this is what I'm doing.
Well, and it's
But
what he had to
everybody
do,
was
right?
all like, oh no, he's not being that way. He's proven a point, and his point was right.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it.
he was being a working man.
I
He's
get
like,
it.
I got to keep doing this, and this is the only way I can do it.
Right.
Now everybody's going to make it seem like, oh, well, so pretentious. He's going to be known as a symbol now.
No, he wasn't. It
You're
wasn't.
like, no. That's got nothing to do with it.
It has nothing
It's
to
got
do with
everything
it
to
at
do with. I want to keep working, and I want to keep doing what I'm doing.
Right.
And legally, this is. You want to find pretentious? Just go and talk to the jackholes that are not letting me do this,
Right.
because they're like, no, we're not going to let you do that. All right,
Right.
fine,
exactly.
bite me. I'll go do it like this.
Michael Jackson was another one, another evil genius. I mean, he was spot on, right on. He jumped away from, when the Jackson 5. He had to get out of that image, and he did some obscure things, but still, he was right on. I mean, he created a whole new movement. He literally did. I mean, with his songs and his music and dance and everything. I mean, he was great. And he was just another one of those loners who just had great big ideas, and he got to throw them out there.
Yeah.
And I think he made a huge difference.
Yeah, he and Quincy Jones. I mean, Quincy Jones was right there with all of that stuff,
And Diana Ross was one of his, a very great influence. She was amazing. Her voice was just, oh man, nobody
Yeah.
could touch her,
right.
for sure.
Right.
So, I mean, I get it when you stand back and look at these guys and girls. It's just like, wow, there are a lot of them. that are just out there by themselves.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting to see some of the artists who have come through, and we don't even know their stories, right? We barely know their names. Like Tony Carey. I was just talking to my buddy about Tony Carey the other day. Tony Carey's a guy who came up through. Well, I'll leave it to Graham. See if you know what I'm talking about. Do you
Planet
remember
P?
Rainbow?
Rainbow. Very
Ah.
good. So he's in those early days of Rainbow with Ronnie James Dio, right? And then he moves on, and he has his own solo career where he's got multiple hits, at least 3 hits, 2 off the same record. And then he goes on and changes again and does Planet P and has a Keishi classic, Why Me? You know, and you're like, I'd really love to know his story, how he got, you know, what he had to do and why he did those things. He's coming from such a cool place, you know, and playing with some major people.
But I've always said this, Rainbow's been one of the most underrated bands. That may have a lot to do with it. Because
Rainbow Rising is one of the greatest albums ever released.
I mean, Rainbow was amazing. I mean, The Babies, Rainbow, April Wine. I mean, I could go on and on and on about these bands that were so underrated.
There
and they
is a
had
factor in there, though. You know,
Killer.
Richie Blackmore. You know, probably thought that was him. You know, he's the band. You know, you got to go under his dictatorship. You know, and not knocking the guy as a musician or anything, but he's probably a prick to work for. You know.
You never know, but I mean,
Dio
there's.
had his moments.
Well, he did, but I mean, but they were still overall. Why were they so underrated? I mean, nothing against Led Zeppelin or
Corporations.
It's just I'm just burnt out. You
Something else
know.
comes out at that same time. They're going to push that.
I know, but
And that's where the money's
Yeah,
at. So
it's corporations. That's
it's
why.
all about
That's why
timing and money.
there you go.
it's just
Melissa's
really.
on point.
Yeah, I just
Like
hate to see.
Angel.
Yes,
Oh.
another one.
Oh.
Yes,
I love that band.
Amen.
Super underrated.
very,
Preach it.
definitely.
Absolutely. I
For
mean,
sure.
Stars. Look at Stars. I didn't know any Stars stuff. I grew up in Peoria, which is just that far away from here. So we don't have Keishi, so we didn't have a lot of those songs that you guys had here that are now Keishi classics. And the reason there's a Pig and Arch series that was sold behind the counter, you know, at different places, you know, because people compiled all these songs together and got it out there. But when you're talking about some of these bands, it's amazing that people just don't know about them, and they don't. I had something else I was going to say, but I lost it. for a
Well,
second.
you know, when Keishi first started, I mean, that was, they played all the deep cuts. They played everybody. They
Right.
played every album, every side, every song, all the time. And, I mean, that was when I was listening to it as a kid. My daddy listened to it when it first started, and then he turned me on to it, and it was just one of those stations. It was like, wow.
Right.
You're not going to listen to the same flippin' Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd every flipping day at 5 o'clock. Nothing wrong with those guys, but there's other musicians out there.
I think this new DJ on there, he's changing it up. He's bringing the vinyl back a lot, and he's trying to bring out.
Oh, don't get me
those
started on
songs
that
you don't
guy.
listen to, but
Not the guy in the
I'm not
morning.
listening
Not
to
the
it
guy in
every
the
day.
morning.
No, the guy in the morning was bad. Well, yeah, never mind. I'm not saying that.
Oh man.
I'm not saying
Well, I know what I was saying. It was about Stars, but I didn't. I met
Yeah.
Richie Rano out in Vegas. I did some T-shirt designs, and this company from Jersey sent me out to Vegas to hang out with these rock stars and whatnot. So I'm hanging out there and talking with them, and I met Richie Rano, and I bought. He goes, "Yeah, we got them. They're all remastered now." And I said, "Would you mind? Could I? How much are they? I want to buy them, and would you mind autographing them? And then you can just send them." And he's like, "Yeah, sure." So he did. I listened to every, all of them, Stars, Attention Shoppers, Coliseum Rock, and Violation, and there's not a clunker in the bunch. The songs are amazing. I don't know why. Again, I don't know why these guys like Angel, because they're good friends with Angel, and they toured with Angel. And I'm just like, and they were at that show that Ace Frehley had that show that we were talking about, the Chesterfield Amphitheater.
Right.
Punky.
And it's just, yeah.
Punky Meadows.
Punky Meadows, real cool dude. I love talking to Punky. Frank's a good friend of mine, and you know, I don't know. It is weird though. Angel, thank you for bringing that up. I mean,
Yes, amazing.
That is,
I'm lucky because I grew up on Keishi. Like I could sing the baby sing
Yeah.
the lyrics before I could really talk.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad being a drummer and a musician, and my grandma being a musician, I literally could sing before. That's how I learned how to talk. So
That's really cool.
when I went to California when I was like 9, I didn't know that KSU didn't exist outside of St. Louis.
Right.
And I didn't like their radio stations, and I let them know. I was like, where's KSU? They're like, we don't have that. You had to actually explain to me how that works. I'm like, oh, well, I want to go home because your music sucks here.
Did they know about
That
that?
is-
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
That's funny.
Is
'cause
it
My aunt was
K-Rock out there or
She's
something like
from
that?
here and all that, so.
That's funny you say that because when I went away to school at I went to SMSU, which is in Springfield, and that was 1980. God, and there was no you couldn't get, that was too far away. It's
I'm
4
talking about- I'm
hours.
talking about
I was stuck with
89, yeah.
I was stuck with no, but even in 80 you
Yeah.
couldn't get the station over there. I was stuck with what was it, 99 Rock. And I listened to Blondie every flipping day. You could tell exactly what time it was because they're going to play that same Blondie song. Or they're going to say that it was a top 40 station. There wasn't any underground or anything. I was like, oh man, I can't wait till I get back into St. Louis atmosphere because
I didn't realize how spoiled I was as a child with the music,
Right.
just
Right?
everywhere.
I know.
mean,
Right. And now, if you go to somewhere and you find a station, you can go to their website, right?
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
pick
and
everything
listen
up on
to
it.
their-
Yeah.
anything.
You know, like
iHeartRadio.
yeah, like our Katie Cruz here. You know, on the Wolf. You know,
Yep.
K Wolf. You can do that. I think she's doing something else with another station too right now, or something.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is. I
was
saw
telling me about it the other
something
day.
about it. And speaking of that, we have to give a shout out to Mr. Tom Turbock, Real Rock Turbock. He's got an app, Real Rock Turbock's Revolution. Check it out. You can download everything and they play all their music live. So we gotta give it up to Tom. He wants me to do a segment on his show, and I said I would. So yeah.
Cool.
Very cool. And shout out to Vance Towns, who does every Thursday night. He does a show with Todd Kohler's KGF Rocks, and he always mentions us, and he plays
Fantastic.
killer music. So, good old Vance Towns. If you want to look him up, it's under VBT Towns. So yeah, I love that guy. His band is Bad Tattoo, and I'm damned if I didn't even look up to see where they're playing this weekend, or if they are. I'm bad.
Well,
So
you
You
bad.
could put it in one of those little things that you put
I was
out.
gonna say,
I'll
you could
put it
just
in the
in
little
there.
thing, but
Right.
you know, I was
Anything
just
you
thinking
remember?
I should have had it ready when I was talking about him, but that's okay. And Charlotte, tomorrow night, open jam with Ronnie Buehlinger and the gang, which is
cool.
very cool. And then of course Thursday she's got an open jam. I don't know who the host is. And Saturday, Justice is Served is playing. Saturday night.
a
I don't know
great
if she's
band.
got anybody, but yeah, they're great. They're awesome. Guilty Pleasures at Kenny's on Saturday night, and at Parrots Friday night we got the Shaved Cat Project. Why they named them
Shaved cat. I love it.
Cat, yes.
I love it.
And
I
then-
don't think they're talking about a meow meow cat.
And then Decades Apart is their
Oh, yeah,
Saturday
you
night.
think?
Yes, yes, I know. Crazy, huh? They
They
play
sound like
rebar
a
a lot.
hoot.
Yeah, they are. They're a blast. They are a blast. Anyway, so, and you guys don't
That
play out
reminds me
till
of
when?
A Devo song. You've ever heard that one? Pink Pussycat?
Yes,
Meow, meow,
I love
meow.
Devo.
What a great song. Me too.
Devo.
That's one of them that's missing.
I know Devo, and I love the B-52s.
Oh,
They were
yeah.
so fun.
Oh, yeah.
Not just Love Shack, but I mean all their
No,
songs were a
yeah.
blast.
Yeah.
A total
Rock
blast.
Lobster.
Those Rock Lobster.
Rock
absolutely.
Lobster,
That was
yes,
their first-
very cool.
That was their first big one.
There
And
was
those-
a rock.
Those two women are like, they're like a horn section themselves.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes, they're amazing.
even just going to Love Shack, let's just
Mm-hmm.
use that as a stamp of what they do. I mean, they come out and they're like two saxophones or,
Yeah.
you know, just these beautiful voices that just nail it.
Amazing.
Do you want us to?
Would you like to play some more?
One more? Do you want
Please?
to play
Yes.
something while we get up there, or we can just walk up there and do it? Or?
Can you just
And I'll
walk
get
up there
this
and play?
gentleman
You
out of
need
here.
a minute, Tracy, to readjust or? Nope. Jump up there and play. I'll throw a song on while you're setting up. Let's do.
Your number one source for exposure and promotion. You want to host your own podcast?
DB.
SoldierByBlood.com.
Oh, that's right, DB's downtown.
You want to know where the
good.
hottest artists are? SoldierByBlood.com. You want real support? SoldierByBlood.com. Go to SoldierByBlood.com for more info.
door, so
What's the genre? Are you playing yet? No gigs yet? No gigs? No gigs yet? No gigs yet? Well, you can have that one. You need that one. Oh.
I always describe it as the train coming at you when you forget lyrics.
Episode 136. Wait, is that right? Episode 136, STL Roar, mycitymymusic.com. We've got Edge of Blue in the house. Yeah, give me a good roar. Go ahead, give me a good roar. Go ahead.
Well, now I'm on the spot.
You're on the
And
spot.
that's raw. And then you're like, that's goofy.
Meow.
Is that your sex roar?
I don't know. I haven't had any in so long. I wouldn't know.
I didn't even know what I would do.
I'm laughing because I
It's
feel like
been so long, I don't even know.
I
what
wouldn't even fucking know. Carry on.
Okay, I have to sing us. Then this song's for you.
Oh, well, thanks.
this is where I say, let's play some music.
Yeah, usually that's what he does to me. Guess I got what I deserved. Kept you waiting there too long, my love. All that time without her word. That's all I have to say. Except the feeling just grows stronger every day. Just one thing before I go. Take good care, baby, let me know. Let it show. Special love for me. It's in here.
Woo! Yeah.
Thank you so much. We love doing that song. That's one of our
Great
all-time
song.
favorites. So.
It's a good one.
Yeah, yeah. So passionate. That's why I always like to find those passionate tunes. You know, get all the lyrics.
Very cool.
Well, we can head back to chatting. I gotta let this guy get going. He's got to go out of town.
What?
I know.
What do you have to leave right this minute?
Do you want to? Yeah.
Right about 10 minutes.
Right about 10 minutes you have to leave?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You gotta pack this
Do-
crap up?
we
Can you do one more?
Do one more. How about?
Okay, do one more.
How about Stan? Okay. Stranglehold? Yeah, Stranglehold.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's a
yeah,
short
do that.
tune.
Yeah. How about Wipeout?
You just want to do this song like Wipeout?
Yeah.
All right, we'll be done in 30 seconds.
Okay.
You can roar after that.
Arr,
Sounds like the Diamond Dogs on Ted Lasso.
arr. I love that show. God, I love that show.
Me too. I'm rewatching it right now.
Oh, it's so great. It's
All right,
so
hit
great.
me. Well, I've never been to Spain,
Three Dog Night.
but I kinda like the music. See the ladies all insane there, and they sure know how to use it. But don't abuse it, never gonna lose it. Confuse it. Well, I've never been to England, but kinda like the Beatles, and I headed for Las Vegas, only made it out to New York. Must be near it, but it feels so good. Oh, it feels so good.
love Three Dog Night.
Right?
Oh my God.
And we're the three dogs to do it. We're just the three dogs that bring that to you.
Ow.
Yeah, we're your diamond dogs.
Diamond dogs. He's trying to pack up and leave. Look at
Yeah,
him.
he's ready to roll. Go for
Oh,
it, dude.
jeez. We still got to get a picture, though.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
So.
Can
yeah.
you do one without him?
Yeah, we could actually. Do you want it? Do you okay doing that?
Do you want a song without him?
Yeah.
I thought you meant a picture without him.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no. Oh, no. He's going to be in the picture, but he's got to pack his crap up, so.
Have they seen you?
Yes. He's
That's
got
my favorite story at gym. As you pack your shit up.
As you pack your crap up.
We do have one more tune we can
Yes.
play together.
Okay.
It's a nice mellow tune. But no, it was years ago. We were
Have a seat. Take a load off.
rehearsing
Yes.
Yeti Lee, right?
Yeti?
So we're there in my basement rehearsing,
Mm-hmm.
and I mentioned, hey, I'm going to audition for this other band. And Jim, out of the wonder and wisdom of his heart, says, and in all sincerity, just asking the question, but just the way he said it and how quickly it came out, he goes, have they heard you? I was like, damn, Jim.
But you know what? That's not too far-fetched, is it? Think about it.
I love you too.
I know. It's all good, though, because you
It
can
is.
take it. You're
And
the
because
Viking.
You brought me.
You're the Viking.
I'm the Viking. That's right.
You're
And the
the-
bass player.
and the bass
Always blame
player.
the bass player.
That's
It's
right.
So easy.
It is.
We get over it and move on.
You have 4 strings. You only have to play like
Hey now,
2
wait
of
a
them.
minute. I've got 5 out there I can play.
I'm just kidding.
I remember playing a gig over in Illinois with Yeti Lee, and this gentleman came walking by the stage, and he goes, "Well, you got 5 strings. All you need is 4." And we started playing Hotel California, and you know that
Yeah.
D string just
Right.
in the beginning of that song. It's
Right.
perfect. I go, this is why I need it. He happened to walk right by us. And like it ever mattered. Like he went home and said, well, he sure showed me.
Well, yeah, you know he didn't.
That didn't happen.
Because, yeah, it doesn't.
Because he
work
was
like
half drunk and he didn't give a shit.
that. Right, he didn't. No, at all.
That's the way it goes.
So, yeah, Mo and I were teasing about, because he plays guitar, but he ended up having to play bass, you know. And it's like, well, you only got 4 strings, and most songs only have 4 chords, so you're
Yeah.
only going to play half of that, so you're good. It's all
Right.
good. Just follow the guitar player. He said, but I'm usually the guitar player. Bless his heart.
Graham, have you ever played bass?
Yes.
You played bass?
yeah.
And how do you do?
I mean, I think okay.
You think, okay. I mean, sometimes there are
Right.
guitar players that have a tough time.
There's a few that do, and I
Playing
learned
bass.
I learned to play guitar and piano and drums, and then when I was married to a bass player, he taught me to play bass, and it's a whole different world. It really is.
Right.
If you've never played bass, and it's not as easy as you think it's going to be, coming off a guitar. So it's a whole different thing. And then, but the person who makes it look like butter is Jason Adams. You know Jason?
No, I don't.
Oh my gosh. He's one of these, I mean, he's got 5 strings and
Yeah.
he's amazing. But you know, there's a few that make it look so easy, that make it look like it's effortless. And it really isn't, because, I mean, the good thing is you can follow the guitar player if you don't know the song
Right.
completely.
Right.
And you can still pull it off. But if you're the main guy, like in an REO song, they have killer bass lines.
Yeah.
Freaking Golden Country
Yeah.
is one of my favorite songs.
Oh, yeah, I just listened
it's
to it the other day. Yeah.
Holy cow,
Yeah.
their bass lines are amazing.
Absolutely.
So you really got to know your stuff. So
Yeah.
you have to be versatile in both instruments when you're a bass player. Basically, you have to know more, I think, than just a guitar player
Did you hear
because
that,
of your
Will?
sound.
My bass
Because
player,
of your
are you
sound.
listening to that? He's
Because of
writing
you-
all the songs, and he plays a 5-string bass and writing the songs on a 7-string guitar.
Oh, yeah.
So
Right.
it's making things a little complicated.
You ever
Well-
play 7 strings?
Nope.
Steve Vai, he's historically played 7 strings, and he goes, it's not like you're sitting there going, oh, I heard that 7th string.
Right.
But when it's not there and I play, he goes, you're like, oh.
Right. Exactly.
quite the same.
Well, when I learned to play bass from my ex, he learned from not only just being an exceptional bass player since he was a kid. He was the youngest bass player to ever play with Gene Lynn, if you remember Gene
Wow.
Lynn. He was 17. So, yeah, and he was like, and he learned all the classics. He learned, I mean, he played on an upright bass. Like I said, the
Jeez,
youngest, he's that freaking good. So he's very versatile when it comes to playing uprights, electric, whatever.
Yeah.
And but he watches Wooten and Jocko.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
I love both those guys. They're freaking amazing. So I watch them. Jocko with his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah.
That is an amazing exercise just to learn. If you could play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and come back. I was like, wow. I mean, and this guy can do it. It's just like, holy. When I was playing piano, there are certain exercises you do.
Right.
And when you do them, and then you come back. But when I saw that Jocko doing the whole 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I was going, holy shit. Wooten can do it too. But I mean, they both have two different styles, two different players, two different sounds, but they're still excellent freaking bass players. Nobody can hold a candle to either one of them.
I wonder what it would have been. I've met Victor a couple of times, super dude.
Right.
I met got cookies for his kids when I was at the NAMM show. It was just awesome interaction and stuff like that. But Jocko, I'm just kind of like,
Jocko,
I
I
wonder.
always told my ex, I said, you're going to die like he did, because he was he was very egotistical, and he was right, and he was good, but his bad habits got him in trouble a lot.
yeah, you're like, as good as you are, I mean, you still have to be a human being at some point. You don't have to push things and treat other people in a way that you're like,
That's his downfall.
and
But he's
I
amazing.
like it when really big people fuck up on stage. It's one of my favorite things.
And
And
it's
it's
awesome,
not
isn't it?
because I want to see them fuck up. It's because they, all of a sudden, they realize
They
they're
become human.
And then like the rest of the show is just great after that. Like, all right,
They
Thank-
become
I got
human.
you.
thank you for mentioning that.
They become
I really
human.
appreciate you mentioning that because I was just talking about it the other day. Because John Karabi, who I heard is now back with the Dead Daisies, I think. I met him a few years ago, and really cool guy. And but there's a live recording of Neil Young's "Rockin' in the Free World" that the Dead Daisies did, and he has a glitch on every verse. And so I do that song in other bands, and we may do it in this band someday. But to hear him do that, I was the same way. I'm like, he screwed up in every one of those verses. But am I like, oh, see, he screwed up in that? No. It's just like, holy shit. I'm so happy you did. I tell these guys sometimes. I've told other bandmates before, thank you for making that mistake. You did that for me, so I don't feel so bad when I make my mistakes, I thank them for making a couple mistakes. I'm like, this is great, because I'm just...
Did you thank me Thursday?
Yeah, I did.
You should thank him every day.
I do.
You should.
I
Like
did.
Zach
I made a
Wild.
I
Zach
made a
Wild.
mistake on Thursday.
Oh, you did.
On Thursday, the one? Just the one?
Just the
Oh,
one
we were in
mistake?
the middle. You talking about Roxy?
Yeah.
Yeah. We do Love is a Drug. And I love that song. I've always loved that song. It's just sexy and fun and, So, yeah, we got to one of the parts. And we've done it before this way. And we've only been playing together out for a year now. And we've already got this little something that, you hope for when you get to that moment. You know what I'm talking about, Craig? Where you get to that moment where something's a little sideways and you're like, okay, we can work out of this. We can get out of this. Just hang tight, So we did it again the other night, a certain mistake that we'd had early on. And it was like,
It's like, oh, fuck, I did it.
At least you're consistent.
right, thank you, right. And he does it for me, so I don't feel so bad.
That's funny.
You know.
I used to, one of my ex-boyfriends many years ago, and he was really good. He was great. He would be up there playing.
Oh, you mean on his instrument?
On his, yes.
Or with his
yes.
instrument? Did he play organ?
He did not. Not enough. Not enough.
Oh, wow, how's that ever happen?
Oh, I know. Well, like
How
I
does a
said,
guy let
X.
that happen?
Like I
Yeah,
said, X.
You don't get it, do you?
Well, he would he was playing guitar,
Mm-hmm.
and I would be watching and filming and taking pictures and all this, and he would screw up, and I couldn't stop. I could not. He would see it.
Oh.
And stop doing that. I can't help it. I hear it. I see it. I know you're
And
doing it.
you know what he's feeling.
I know
you
what
know
you're
like
doing.
right.
And he just play right through it. But yeah, I could catch it every time. I didn't mean to, but it's like you hear it.
Right.
And I don't. And
That little,
it's like,
where'd that happen?
oh,
No.
Because you know it's coming, right? And then you're like, oh.
Ouch.
So you're already, yeah.
you didn't work through that.
You're ready to just like last night.
Ooh, bada bing. Oh, he's already done. Yeah, no,
He's quick.
that's all good.
He is a zippity doo dah, man.
That's okay. Well, I mean, he's got the little kit here. It's a fold-up kit.
Oh, it is.
It's the fold-up kit because
Yeah.
he's got to get out of here.
Shrinkage, that's what they call it.
It's still got a great sound. It still has a great sound.
It does, right. I mean, I would love to be able to mess with it some more and try to figure out.
They come a long way with them
How to
electric
EQ it.
sets now.
Right.
You know, the mesh heads.
Yep.
It feels like real drums.
Yeah.
Playing them. I want.
No, it don't. No, it doesn't.
Well, some do. It's like some keyboards. You can play a Casio or you can get the weighted keys,
You can
which
adjust
Yeah.
feels more like a
mesh
regular
heads.
it
piano.
just doesn't have that same.
The mesh is supposed to be dynamic, but well, you heard
Yeah.
It sounded good.
it. I was hitting the trigger underneath the mesh.
It still sounded okay. It doesn't have the same woof, 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 like your
Doesn't
full
have the
kit.
resonance.
But it still worked. It still worked. You're good. It's all good.
Well, and it's good for in here. It's good for this, like you were saying.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
you
perfect
can,
for that.
you
But
know.
no, we've had all kinds of. I mean, we
much.
literally had to climb over the table to get over here
Yeah.
because of whatever. But
Right.
it's all good.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to avoid.
So no big deal.
But
All good.
it's a matter of whether or not we can play out with that sometimes and try to do some stuff. But I would never.
Ooh, I got my Marshall Code. Have you seen those little tiny amps? And it's got the patches of like all the vintage
Oh, really?
Marshall stacks and heads or whatever. That little guy cranks.
It's
some
amazing.
sound. And if you put a mic up to it, you could play a live show and nobody really even noticed the difference because it's got the good crispy sound.
The Mezza
So,
Boogies are the little bitty
sometimes-
Mezza Boogies.
Right.
are,
Sometimes it's not the
Yeah.
size of the package.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so
So let me see where.
Dirty Money is playing Saturday night at 1860s.
Nope.
No,
Friday night.
Night at 1860s, and Saturday you're playing with Southside 5 at DB's.
Yes, during the day, bike show.
Bike show.
Saturday
What else you
bike
got?
show, and hopefully it won't rain on us.
Well, it wouldn't matter.
We'll set up at 10.
It's all good.
We'll be
And you
pretty
guys don't
darn
play
good.
out till when?
The 23rd? We're at Cosmic Lounge.
Cosmic Lounge.
Yeah. So it's coming up. But like I say, I want to keep it light because I enjoy being home.
Right.
I don't like playing out all the time and just going, oh. I
Right.
get what it does. It tightens you up, and I get that. But I still don't want to be lugging all my gear every freaking week.
Right. Because
Just not that.
exactly.
I got too many other things that I'm trying to do.
And have you
Have
come
some
up with a
roadies?
name?
Come on now.
Have
Oh,
you
that's
come up with a
cute.
name for your?
You got your daughter, and
She's
come
not gonna
on.
road. roadie.
She's married. She's
She's not gonna roadie.
got her own life.
Have you come up with a name for your band yet?
Well,
She has not come up with a
She
name
mentioned
yet.
it earlier.
What is it?
it's not permanent because I have to really dig in and make sure that it's not copywritten. There is something
It's in the works.
out there. Murder Turtle.
Murder Turtle. Okay. And right now you're in the middle of moving to another studio, and then we'll get some dates.
Some dates. Oh my God! You want
Yes.
to write these songs for us? We need a full
Because you
album.
know Judy will definitely book you.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you know she will. She loves you. When you were in that other band, Calm Rage, you freaking killed.
Yeah. But I
Yes.
had Brian Harris on guitar, and I'm sorry, Dave, but you're not gonna top Brian Harris. That man lives, eats, sleeps, breathes guitars and music. He's like every moment of every second.
Right.
So.
You had one of those guys. That's all good. I know.
But hey, that's all right.
Yeah.
If
That's okay.
this dude can do it, He's got the chops.
Right.
Right.
They're cool.
Right.
It's just playing metal.
It's going to be good.
It's metal. It's not.
Right.
Is that what you guys do? Is a metal
Yes.
stuff?
Yes.
So are you a metal fan, or are you doing this because that's what the
Good.
band is?
No,
doing?
that's what she.
Makes
No,
me
she's
bored on
great.
this
She's
world.
awesome. If you've not seen her sing, she's amazing. Amazing.
Or scream, whatever you want. to
Oh,
call it.
stop it! It's not screaming. She's not the screamer.
Sometimes
no.
it was squeaking.
No.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I was so drunk.
If
I don't
she's
even
screaming, I don't know
remember.
what that is, but otherwise she's singing. She's a great singer. She's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have my alcohol as a crutch, so we'll see.
You didn't have it
No,
then?
that'll mess you up.
No. No, I don't think
The
so.
last couple shows I did.
Oh.
Did you? I don't remember.
I didn't. I
Yeah,
was sober
okay.
then.
Yes, you were.
I gotta plug something in. And
Okay, plug something in. Okay. So, episode 136, Edge of Blue, and here tonight we had Craig Moreland, and of course, Melissa Jones.
Murder
And
Turtle.
Tweezy. Murder Turtle is the name of her band. Wow, that's going to be hard to say 3 times
I have
fast.
to talk and really make sure because there's like a turtle sticker, a turtle T-shirt that says Murder Turtle on it. So I don't know.
Okay, well,
it might
it's
be
in the
something
air.
out there. I might have to ask permission.
Episode 136, STL Roar, MyCityMyMusic.com, Overtime Studio, and Soldier by Blood. We will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.